So, you're thinking about a move to Cleveland, Ohio, huh? Well, in this explainer, we're breaking down the real pros and cons of living here in 2026. We're talking the good, the challenging, and who this city is actually a good fit for.
It's a huge question, right? For some people, Cleveland is like this last frontier of affordability, but with all the perks of a big city. A place where your money can actually go a lot further.
Exactly, because you can't just trust the headlines. We're going to look past all the hype and get into the real numbers, what it costs to live, what the job market looks like, and yeah, the undeniable reality of living right there on Lake Erie.
Okay, let's dive right in. We'll kick things off with the bull case, the really powerful arguments for why Cleveland keeps popping up on so many of those best places to live lists.
Look, let's just cut to the chase. The number one, hands-down reason people are looking at Cleveland is affordability. It doesn't matter if you're a first-time homebuyer who's just sick of being priced out, or maybe a remote worker trying to stretch your salary. This is the main event. Right, because affordable can mean a lot of things. Are we talking like slightly cheaper, or is this a real life-changing difference in your bank account every month? The data is what tells the true story here.
Okay, so here's the number that just stops people in their tracks. According to 2026 data from salary.com, housing in Cleveland is a whopping 20.4% cheaper than the US average. That is not a small chunk of change. That's the kind of number that changes everything about your mortgage and what you can save.
And this table just lays it all out. It is not just about a cheaper house. Look at this. Healthcare is also over 20% cheaper. Your grocery bill, down 18%. It's a complete, across-the-board drop in the cost of just living. So great, your money goes further. But what about earning that money in the first place? A cheap city with no jobs is, well, it's not a great deal. But the cool thing about Cleveland is that its economy is anchored by some incredibly stable, world-class institutions. And we're talking about global leaders here. The Cleveland Clinic, that's a name people know all over the world. University Hospitals is this nationally ranked powerhouse. These places are massive, stable employers that basically drive the whole regional economy, and they're backed by incredible research from places like Case Western. And this quote from the clinic's CEO really says it all. He's talking about predictability and resilience. Now, that's just corporate speak for a stable job market that you can really count on for years, especially if you're in healthcare. Okay, but that's the real question, isn't it? I mean, does the success of these giant hospitals actually mean there are good jobs for people who aren't, doctors or surgeons? And here's your answer. It's a powerful one. When University Hospitals lands in the top 25 of the Forbes America's Dream Employers list, that's not just about the medical staff. A ranking like that means it's a great place to work across the entire company, from IT to finance to admin. It really shows you how healthy the whole job ecosystem is. All right, so the bull case is strong, amazing affordability, and a stable economy. But that is only half the story. If you're going to make a smart move, you have to look at the challenges. And trust me, Cleveland has some big ones. Let's just get it out of the way. You knew it was coming. If you're moving from somewhere sunny, the winter here isn't just a minor thing. It's a whole feature of life. The gray skies, the lake effect snow, it is very, very real. And we're not exaggerating. This is an actual National Weather Service forecast from this past January. Just look at that, up to 13 inches of snow from one storm. That's what lake effect snow means in real life. It can be intense. Yeah, and it's not just the big snowstorms, it's how long the cold sticks around. This number, 104, from salary.com, that's the average number of days per year that the temperature drops below freezing. That's almost 3.5 months of freezing weather you gotta be ready for. But the tough parts aren't just about the weather. That low price tag you see on a house can sometimes hide other financial factors you need to know about. It's so important to look at the whole picture, not just the obvious savings. So, here are a couple of key things. First, property taxes. Your home might be cheap to buy, but the last county reappraisal saw values jump an average of 32%, and that's going to affect your tax bill. Second, the growth here is steady. This isn't a boom town like Austin, so don't expect your home value to double overnight. Okay, so we've laid out the powerful bull case and the pretty sobering bear case. So how do you put all of that together to figure out if Cleveland is the right spot for you in 2026?
Well, this chart really breaks it down perfectly. Look, if you're a first-time home buyer, a healthcare pro, or a remote worker who's all about that low cost of living, Cleveland is a definite go. But if you absolutely need sunshine all year or you want that crazy energy of a boomtown, you might want to think twice. It's all about matching what the city offers with what you actually want.
And that's really the heart of it. Cleveland is a city of trade-offs. You get a level of affordability and access to amazing institutions that is just almost impossible to find anywhere else right now. The price you pay for that? A tough winter and a much more steady pace of growth.
And that's really what it all boils down to, isn't it? For a lot of people, the financial freedom and the quality of life you can get in Cleveland is more than worth it. For others, a lack of sunshine is a total deal breaker. The choice, well, that's up to you.